Hey, welcome to today's video. Today I'm gonna be building an iron farm for Bedrock. It's super quick, super easy. So let's Minecraft with Tess. And guys, when I say it's really easy and really simple, here is what you need. I'll put them in the description also. But it's so easy to get early game. You can make this on your survival world within the first few days. So guys, let's get into it. Right guys, first you're going to want to go up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then across another 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 14 along and 7 up now. Then you're going to want to make this a 4 across, so you go out by 3 more, so it's 4, and then join that up into like a large rectangle and fill it in. Alright guys, now you should be looking a bit like this. Now come to here and just knock a square out here, a 4-4 square, because this is where we're going to collect our loot from in a bit. Now come down to the bottom here and just start to fill this round in a square with your solid blocks. I'm using cobblestone because it's probably the more likely choice that you're going to have at the start. When you start your new world, you're going to have enough cobblestone to make this from cobblestone. If you're making it later on, you could do it out of any solid block, but I wouldn't suggest using wood because we're going to be using lava and we don't want the wood to go sizzle sizzle pop. As I'm bringing this down here, I'm leaving the front part open because we're going to have our collection chest there and we're going to need to be able to access it. So your build now should look something like this. Next we're going to get our chest and we're going to pop it in 3 blocks from the ground, just like that. And if it makes it easier, you can add just 2 blocks so you've got it on top of something. You don't have to, it's your choice, it's completely up to you, but you can if you wish. So now you look like this. Right, let's get the hoppers in. You now want to be able to collect your loot, and to be able to do that, stand on your chest and crouch down and place the hopper so it's facing into your chest. This will mean you can still open your chest, but anything that drops into that hopper will then now go into that chest. Now you want to have 3 more hoppers, sorry, like this. So you've got yourself a little square of hoppers like this, and then you're going to need your signs, and on the way that it goes along the line, it doesn't matter which way, but I always do it like this. You want to leave a space and then add a sign and then have a space. Space, sign, space. And on the opposite wall, do the same, add a sign on each of the walls. Space, sign, space, space, sign, space. So they're right next to each other. And then out you go. If you are in survival, you're probably going to need to just burst your way out and build your way back up again. Just replace those bits as you go. So you're now looking like this. And yeah, if you want to add a couple of blocks there, you can. You don't have to. It just makes it look a little bit prettier. You're hiding the hoppers a little bit, but it's not essential. Now guys, you want to go round the edge of where we've just done and make it 2 blocks high. So all the way around once, then all the way around twice. So now you should be looking a bit like this. You then need to go out 8 more blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then go across, so 13 more, so it's 14 across again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then join up to the edge. So it's looking a bit like this. And now fill in this square. Right, now we've got this square filled in, your build should be looking a little bit like this. Now, just here, add 4 blocks. And then put water there. The water should stop right at the edge here. This water is going to push the golems down. And we're going to add some lava there. Just on this corner block here, the signs will hold up the lava. So the golems will be pushed into the lava, they'll be cooked, and we've left the space underneath so the loot actually goes into the space and doesn't burn up in the lava. Goes into the space, drops into the hoppers and goes into the chest. You now want to build around the edge of the build up by 1 lot all the way around, so it looks a bit like this. Okay, now we're going to put 2 blocks at the far end here, just like this, so you should look a bit like this. That should be a 10 space, and here we're going to add 10 workstations, and these are going to be workstations for the villagers. I'm using fletching tables. Just like that. Now on this other side you're going to do a platform just like that. And that's where, this platform is where your villagers are going to be. And I'm going to come out 1 more here and then add 10 more workstations along here. And this is going to be where the villagers live. But it's only 1 block high, so to prevent the villagers escaping, I'm going to add another layer of stone all the way around this little rectangle. So your farm should now look a little bit like this. Okay, next we're going to come out here and I'm going to come out 5 blocks. And then I'm going to come out 9 from this way. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9. And then I'm just going to fill these in to make a rectangle. This is only temporary, so you can make it out of whatever block you want, because we will be knocking it away again. I'm just placing on here 20 beds. And it's important that you add the beds because the villagers need professions and beds for this farm to work. So there are 20 beds like that. And now all of those blocks that we have just placed, we are now going to remove. Perfect. And that's going to be the basis of where the golems will spawn and go down into the water. But we need to just build this up on the side 1 more layer, because we don't want any golems escaping. Now that's built up on the side, we're going to come into this area and put water against each of these walls here. You may wish to do along to there and add one here in survival, so you can get out and then jump up and then add the last one, so you're not inside. It's easier to get out that way. So I'll just show you as if I would be in survival doing this. Just like that. Okay, and the water will stop at this point, so any golems will fall down into here and then be transferred down into here. So you should have something that looks like this now. Now we want to put leaves on all spawnable edges, because anywhere anything can spawn, the golems will spawn, and they won't spawn in there. And also mobs can spawn, and yeah, we don't want that. So I'm using leaves. You can use anything that prevents things from spawning, but leaves are just very easy to get early game. You could also use half slabs. So we've got leaves around this edge, but we're going to want leaves around here. And also you're going to want some on the top of the beds. To do this, you probably are going to want to do a couple of blocks, any blocks, because they will be removed, and then you can put the leaves on top of the bed. So your farm should now look a little bit like this. Now comes the really fun part. You need to get 20 villagers in. The easiest way to do this is to get 2 villagers in and then breed them. Give them loads of food, either bread or beetroot or carrots or potatoes, and they'll start to have little villager babies. It's very important though, if the babies grow up and they become a green coat villager, also known as the nitwit, you are going to have to send that villager to villager heaven. Yeah, you need to get rid of it and then get a new baby villager. You can give them tons and tons of food if you wish, and they will only breed up to the amount of beds that there are. So you will only end up with 20 villagers maximum, unless there are more beds in the vicinity. So when you start, I would suggest not having any beds within 150 blocks, and also maybe a village. Don't go too close to a village, because otherwise the villagers won't take on the professions that you really want them to here, or the beds. So when you build this, build it about 100 to 150 blocks away from a village, and also another bed. But after it's all set up, you can add the other stuff after. But when you're setting it up, just don't have the bed there, just to make sure they do connect to the beds. You know when villagers connect to the beds because they have the little green sparkles. Because this is creative, I'm going to cheat and get the villagers in here like this. So let's get 20 of them, and then we'll come back and see how it's working. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. No, we need to get rid of 2. 18. Oop. 17. 18. 18. Okay, now we've got 20 villagers in there, and it's already started to work. I've heard a couple of golems spawn in already. This, oh, there's one, yes. This does also produce cats. You can make it so it doesn't, But I have the cats, and I know that sounds really mean, but they produce string, which is always useful. You can use it for making things like scaffolding and such. I can't word. So guys, this is your iron farm. It's super easy, it's super simple. It takes only 4 hoppers, which is so easy to get. You could build this within your first couple of days on your new survival world and have infinite iron forever. We've only just built this and it's already producing items really well. As you can see, it's really good, and I make this one on my world, and I will go AFK overnight and I will have more than a double chest full in the morning. And you can just add more chests if you want. You just add another chest down here and put a hopper into the chest, so it's coming from this chest down to this chest, and you'll see all the stuff sieving through down. And then you can do that infinitely if you wish to. Just go down and down and down and add as many extra chests as you need, because it produces a lot of iron. You'll never ever want for iron if you make this farm in your world. And guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and check out this video.